So our next speaker is Lucy Charnock, and she's going to be telling us about net zero 2050 versus net zero growth.
Woo! So last year, the UK economy grew by 0.9%. The rate of inflation remained low and stable. And this is great, right? The economy's growing, pre-pandemic levels are restored, and everything is fine. But is it really? Is the economy really growing? How can we be growing when we're all miserable? Get on this for a supposedly growing economy. Approximately 7.2 million people in the UK are classed as food insecure. This means that they often forego a day of eating simply because they cannot afford it. So I suppose, to answer the question, well, is the economy really growing? Yes, but only for some people. Let's take gross domestic product per capita, which is effectively the output distribution per person in the UK. Now, the economy may well have grown last year, but GDP per capita fell. We saw an increase in income inequality in this country. We're getting more uneven. But if we think beyond income, at other types of inequality that we're facing, which will come up on the screen, now we've got political, environmental, social, opportunity and health, all different types of inequality that we need to be considering in our metric of economic growth. Yeah. So let me ask you now, these few things, do you think these are real growth? Number one is energy company shareholders. Since the cost of living crisis began, energy companies have made a collective profit of £420 billion. That is Liverpool's GDP times 25. Number two, net zero economy. This added £83 billion in gross value added to the UK last year alone. And number three, it is landlords. Now, so, in Liverpool's private rented sector last year, average rent increased by 9.8%. That now stands at £826 a month. Now, if we multiply that by the number of houses in Liverpool's private rented stock, which is 170,000, we get a Liverpool landlord revenue last year of £1.7 billion. That is an increase of 167 million. I can tell you right now that this is not growth. Growth isn't people dying in the streets. It's not people dying in their own homes, unable to afford their energy bills. It's not people waiting 12, 13, 14 hours in an A&E queue to see a doctor. We are thinking about growth in all of the wrong ways. Why are we cutting funding for welfare and cutting funding for eating disorder support, but simultaneously building another terminal at Heathrow Airport? We are thinking in all the wrong ways. I'd like you to look at these two images here. Both of them will supposedly contribute to economic growth because they're both fiscal spending. But which one is going to provide the most longevity, the most sustainable, happy lives? Because I know full well what I'd rather my taxes to be going to. Unfortunately though, I'm not a wizard. I don't have a magic wand to make the world a fairer place overnight, but what I can do is offer you a new solution and a new way of thinking about economic growth, and that is simply economic prosperity. I want to know questions such as, do people have reason to get out of bed in the morning? Are they fulfilled? Do they have the right skill set to get a decent job? Is the public transport there to get to that job? Are they fulfilled and happy in their lives? And you see, well, there's one set of goals that is going to help us achieve and measure this new way of thinking about economic growth, and that is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. 17 goals covering no poverty, climate action, access to healthcare, and quality education. These things should be publicised every single month, much like GDP and inflation are, in our new idea of economic growth, because everybody here has a choice to make today. You can make a difference to one of these goals. You could even go outside today and speak to a homeless person in the street, make their day a little bit brighter, because at the end of the day, we're all human, and everybody, this is real growth. Growth is getting people to be seen by a doctor when they desperately need it. Growth is getting people, humans like me and you, off the streets into affordable, sustainable housing, and everybody here can be the change that you want to see in the world. Be positive to yourself, to the people around you, and I promise you the world will be a better place for it. Thank you very much.